Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you a card I made using two greeting farm stamps. These stamps were purchased last year from the expo and it's the first time I'm going to use it today. And I'll be using these inks from HOLTZ Distress Oxide line, and I will be using my ink blending brushes. So first I'm gonna do my background. I'm also gonna use MFT cloud stencil. I will be using an A2 size white Bristol Smooth card panel, and I'm starting from the top using the Blueprint Sketch Distress Oxide ink, making sure I'm more heavy-handed on the bottom portion of the cloud. And then I move on to the next color, which is the Wilted Violet, and I'm blending it so there's like a white space in between colors. And now I'm using Crackling Campfire, the newest color of the HOLTZ Distressed Oxide line, and then the Carved Pumpkin, and the last one will be the Mustard Seed. So I made sure that I turned the stencil for every color so it won't look the same, and it looks more pleasing to the eye if it's like different shapes of the clouds. And finally, I'm just gonna add some black SOOT Distress Oxide ink on the top portion of the panel, just to darken it up a little bit. And then after this, I'm gonna set it aside to dry. So now I'll start coloring my images. I will be getting 3 of the small girl images from the 2 greeting farm stamp sets. I have 3 girls, that's why I chose the 3 girls, but I'll be doing a boy version of this one as well. I don't really make a lot of Halloween cards, but these images from the greeting farm stamps are so cute that I can't resist making some cards using the stamps. And it will be different this year because we might skip the trick-or-treating in our neighborhood. We had a COVID-19 health scare these past few months, so I'm choosing to stay safe and keep the kids safe. Again, I'm not against the trick-or-treating in the neighborhood, but for us in our family, I'd rather skip it this year and just do it in our house. So back to the card. I'm using a Nina 80-pound cardstock for my images, and I'll be coloring my images with Copic markers. So you see my hex chart here. I chose 2 to 3 shades of each color of some greens, purples, and yellows for my images. And I sped this up a bit because it's quite long. I love coloring my images with Copic markers. These markers are my go-to every time I color some critters or images. I'm more comfortable using this one, and I'm not an expert, but I just go with how I feel when choosing colors and shading the images. And I don't obsess over where the light is coming from or highlights, but yeah, I'm still practicing and trying to understand those kind of stuff. So now I'm cutting the images with my detail scissors, and I will be leaving a tiny white border around the images so it will be easier for me to cut. And then after that, I will get my Paper Rose Little House Border die. I also got this from the expo last year, and I'll use a black cardstock to cut that border, and I will be placing that at the bottom of the card panel. And then later on, I will adhere the 3 girls along the bottom part of the little house border. And to adhere this little house border on my panel, I will be using double-sided foam tape. And then for the 3 images, I'll just put it straight down on the bottom using my glitter glue. For the sentiment, I will be using this Tall and Skinny Alpha by Julie from Essentials by Ellen. This is my new and now my favorite alpha dies. And I will spell the word booyah. And I'll be die cutting it on a black cardstock. But I will add dimension by die cutting the letters 3 times, and then adhere one on top of each other, so I will create a little bit of dimension. And here I almost forgot to add the pumpkin bag, just an accessory for the images. And now here I'm starting to line up the words on top of the panel, and I'm using washi tape to just make sure they're lined up properly. And then I'm gonna put some glitter glue and then just put it on top. And I'm gonna trim my panel a little bit, so I will leave like a white margin around the panel. I'll be using an A2 size white side folding card base, and I'll adhere this finished panel to my white card base. And I'll add a little bit of shimmer using my NUVO Glitter Aqua Shimmer pen on the costumes of the girls. And finally, to finish it off, I'm just gonna add some Simon Says stamp confetti sequins on my panel. And of course, I'll be using my crystal katana and my glitter glue to adhere this sequins. And my card is finished. I had fun making this card, and I hope you will enjoy watching this video. And I'm wishing everyone a happy Halloween. Please stay safe and healthy. And again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!